Atma Namaste. My name is Asha Anur. I'm a certified YPV healer and a level 2-3 trainer. I'm from Kolar, Karnataka. Today we are going to discuss about transforming lives through YPV healings, in which we are going to present a research paper titled Successful Recovery from Discoid Lupus Using YPV Energy Healings. So what is discoid lupus? It is a condition in which the person experiences wounds which are red, painful, and inflamed on the skin. The wounds look like very crusty and there'll be scaly appearance. It can appear anywhere on the scalp, cheeks, legs, etc. It has intense physical pain. The person will be experiencing situational stress because of the wounds and the pain, and they will be having tiredness also. DLE is a chronic autoimmune skin condition. So, what is autoimmune disease? Autoimmune disease is a condition wherein the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the healthy cells and tissues of the body, thereby causing inflammation and severe pain in the affected part. So, it first appears as dull purplish red, disc shaped. It can be flat or raised, and they are firm areas on the skin. It can develop severe scarring and have severe pain and itching also within the sores, because there is a lot of pus in the sores. The area of the sores or the wound will be very, they'll have piercing, itching pain inside the wounds. And it does not affect the internal organs, but the rash tends to be quite severe. It can persist for several years without treatment, and 50% of the people will eventually get better on their own. So there is a potential for relapse as well. So the person has to be very careful whenever the body's immune system goes wrong or haywire. It can reappear. So for DLE to appear, the triggering factors are genetics of the person and can be environmental triggers also. It is not transmitted from one person to another person. It can be treated medically using steroids, non-steroidal topical immunosuppressive medications. It usually appears in women on the age group of 30 to 50 years, can vary also. If it is not treated in an early stage and if it severely affects the immune system, it can progress to systemic lupus erythematosus, called SLE, which can affect the joints, kidney, brain, and other organs along with the skin. So we'll come to the patient history on whom this research paper was written. It is a case of a 56-year-old female. She was diagnosed with discoid lupus on both legs and feet. She had pain because of the swelling and pus, and there were multiple wounds on both the legs and feet. So after 3 months from diagnosis, the wounds were infected. So after infection, there was a lot of pus in the wounds, and she had severe pain. She had to undergo medical intervention every alternate day, and the wounds had to be dressed. So she could not sleep also because of the pain, and constant sadness was there. She also had hypertension. She was very low in energy and emotional strength. And because of the wounds and the pain in the legs, she was not able to walk freely. She had to use walker. She was also infected with the COVID in May 2021, and the doctor said, because of the COVID, your immune system has weakened and this has relapsed. It is a second time she was getting this, but on the first time it got healed very quickly. She did not know about healing then, and because with medical treatment itself, it became all right. But now she thought the same thing will apply, but it was not getting healed, and the infection happened in the wounds. And she heard about YPV healings, and she contacted the healer for the healings. So, what is YPV energy healing? It's a process of cleansing and the energy body of the patient. So, it is based on the concept that what happens in the physical body is direct manifestation of what is there in the energy body. So we apply the cleansing and energizing techniques to the affected parts and chakras, and which help to balance the energy body and the chakras. These chakras have physical and psychological functions. And after we do the cleansing and energizing and balancing of the chakras, the patient recovers very quickly. YPV healings is a no-touch, no-drug methodology, and distance healing can also be performed. You can perform healing live when the person is in front of you also, or to a person who is away from you also, that is distance healing. In this case, distance healing was performed because the patient was in some other place and the healer was in some other town. So what happened in this duration when the YPV healings was taken for the patient? So healing was started in November 2021 and it was continued for 4 months. And within 15 healings, all the shallow wounds, which were not very deep, they dried by 90% and the 2 big wounds dried by 80%. The next month, 1 month, the wounds were dry by 80%. By mid-December, the skin on the affected areas turned red, and the doctor who was treating her, they said it is a very good indicator because the skin is healing. So in March 2022, she, after the complete recovery, she went to an immunologist and he said that all wounds have been recovered very well. During the course of the treatment, she was using a walker because she had constant pain. She had needed multiple healings for around 3 weeks until the pain and the wounds getting dried up had to be managed. So once, while descending a step at the entrance of the house, she hurt her toe and she fell and she hurt her toe and she had to get stitches for it. So this was also treated during with the healings. She used walker for around 1.5 months, and after that she was able to walk independently. So during the course of these 4 months, the doctor had do dressing for the wounds, and which were deep inside. There was surgeon intervention, and dressing was done under anesthesia because there will be a lot of pain, and they had to pull out all the dead tissue inside the deep wounds. So what happened? She was put under anesthesia, and they had put her in a very uncomfortable position for them to help with the cleaning process of the wounds, and she had low back pain, which she did not understand that she was what had happened because she was in anesthesia and she did not understand what had happened. And after the anesthesia effect completely went off, there was a lot of pain in the low back, and doctor had MRI scanning for that, and he suggested a spine surgery, but she didn't want to undergo surgery, so she asked for help of the healing. And with healings, around 15 to 20 healings, her complete back pain was gone. So this is the pictures of the wounds, which the first set shows the before the healings we were started. It was on 13th November 2020-21. You can see the wounds, multiple wounds on the legs. The white portion is the ointment which she has applied. After 2 months, that is in February, the wounds are almost dry. You can see that the small wounds are all healed. You can see the red appearance of red patches on the skin here. These are all dry and the skin tissue is getting regenerated. And this was a very big wound. It had some 50 to 80% recovery. And you can see the scaly dark patch. And after 4 months, that is in April, these were the condition of the leg and all the wounds. You can see that all the wounds have been healed, and few patches you can see the red skin appearing, and she was able to walk very freely, and she was able to do her home household work very easily and very happily. So what happened in this, how the energy healing process was undergoing. Everyday healings were given, each session lasting from 50 to 60 minutes in the beginning. And as days progressed and as the energy body and chakras and the wounds got cleansed, the duration of the healing session reduced from 35 to 40 minutes. The procedure was the aura was cleansed multiple times, deep cleaning of all the chakras, internal organs, lungs, and the lymphatic system, and the wounds were done. Energizing was done to reduce and heal the infection and strengthen the immune system. So even the immune system was treated so that the patient there will be no relapse and for the patient and that they recover properly and very well and soon. So in the beginning, even the physical heart was cleaned and strengthened. This was because the blood had to be cleansed and it was related to the arteries and veins. Uh, the spine was also regenerated and strengthened to treat the lower back pain. So the patient's faster recovery was aided by high levels of receptive to the healings, the patient's regular practice of rhythmic yogic breathing, forgiveness sadhana, and planetary peace meditation. These are available in our YPV Sadhana app. Anybody can download it and practice it for free. In her case, in the beginning, she practiced rhythmic breathing every 1 hour and forgiveness sadhana also every 1 hour. Planetary peace meditation she used to do once in a day, and second time she used to listen. And as she got better, the breathing and forgiveness sessions duration were, number of times were reduced. So with the practice of rhythmic yogic breathing and forgiveness, she could experience a lot of energy shift and emotional level also become very calmer and she was very peaceful after the practice of these and this helped aided the faster recovery of the wounds. Especially the person has to first recover in the emotional and mental level and when they get that positive mindset and strong will, they can heal very quickly. And the healer also constantly kept on nurturing and counseling the patient so that they can heal very fast. And they need a lot of positivity by the healer also. She also learned YPV level 1 and she started self-healing and she healed the family members also. So after the healings, she was very thankful for the healings and the doctors themselves were surprised and happy at the faster recovery of the wounds. YPV changed my life of being dependent to independent, from illness to wellness. I can do my daily course with ease and my social life also normalized. I am able to walk normally now. So recently I met her and she told that the doctor's wife is also a doctor who is there in her kitty group and they were playing some games in the kitty and she was running for the game and doctor was very surprised looking at her and she said I'm really very surprised and very happy that you have recovered so well. You're running and because of the back pain people will not run at all and your wounds are also healed very well and she was very happy after that. You can message us to know more about this case. If you or anyone related to you is suffering from this, you can please message us or contact us in this number 93537 or 7678509052. You can even read the research paper on our website yogapranavitya.com and you go to the section of research and publications and you can scroll through the list and you can click on case of discoid lupus of a female patient healed using Yoga Pranavidya energy healing techniques. Thank you. Hope you found this helpful. Let us look if there are any questions in the chat box. Yeah. They're asking are discoid lupus and the same as psoriasis? No, they are both are different. Discoid lupus is occurred because of the autoimmune condition and psoriasis is not because of the autoimmune condition. The second question is, will all patients recover within 4 months? No. Recovery of any recovery from any disease is dependent on the person and the ailment also. There are a lot of factors which decide how well and how fast they can recover. If the patient follows all the instructions of the healer, like practicing forgiveness, breathing, and meditation, and few other techniques which we teach them, they can recover very well. And it also depends on how old the pain or wound is. I mean, how old the disease is. If it is there from around 1 month or 15 to 20 days, they can get healed in very less number of sessions. And if it is very old, that is, if it is from 1 or 2, 3 years, from years, it takes a long time to heal. But there are people, it is said that if the patient is very receptive and the healer is very powerful, the patient recovers instantly. So you never know who can recover when. It all depends from person to person and ailment to ailment. These are all the questions we have for today evening. I thank you all for paying attention to know about this research paper. I hope this has helped you. Please refer if anyone has this condition. You can contact on these numbers, and you too can learn to heal. Please spread the message about Yoga Prana Vidya healing. It can help someone who might be in need of healings, who are not finding solace or recovery from traditional methods of medication. They can be healed with energy healings. Please do help them. You can also contribute in our great vision, wherein it is said there should be one healer in every household. So this is our great vision. You can learn to heal. Also, you can contact any of the trainers to learn the healing. And by learning healing, you can manage yourself and your entire family as well. Thank you very much. Namaste.